Okay guys, welcome to the VOD review. I'm gonna make the VOD review of the second and third game. Actually are the two games we won, but that are full, in my opinion, of not mistake but bad plays, bad decision making. We can see immediately that they have more damage overall. They have Irelia, they have Akali, they have Sivir. Our output of damage is basically Ezreal and Olaf if get ahead. Okay, so before the game start, what we can immediately say is that basically we want Ezreal to reach power spike, okay, and try to enable Olaf to do something in early game. That depends much on our communication, okay. If he can do something in the early stage of the games, is because we set up something for him with him, okay. Is very important. Otherwise, if Olaf fall back, there is nothing Olaf can do in the late stage of the game. Okay. We also don't want to reach the very late game because Sivir will be a big problem. Akali will be a gigantic problem. Irelia will be a gigantic problem. This composition is not that good, I have to admit, in my opinion. Because we have a specific window to win this game, and is all the mid game plus the early mid to the mid game. Then will be very hard to win. Okay. Also, I want to say another stuff that is really important. Looking just at the composition, we have a strong peak potential. With Sion, we have peak potential. With Olaf we have peak potential, with Lissandra we have peak potential, with Yumi we have peak potential. Okay. So we have 4 champions that look for peak. So in mid game, what we want to do should be our winning condition, guys, is to search for a peak, okay, on any one of them, Irelia or Akali or Sivir, okay. Just one of them is down, that we can contest an objective, but not before. I will stop to say in my opinion, you can tell me after if you agree or not. What I want to say is that 5 versus 5 we're gonna lose from mid game to late. More the game go to the late game, more we lose. More the game transition to the late game, more pick we need. Okay. So. Now I'll just start the video and I jump to the parts that I think are important, okay? Okay, I wanna focus here. Until now we skirmish a lot, Olaf get a little bit fed, is okay. Let's see what happened here. I say in the beginning of the video that we should avoid 5v5. Here is an example. Olaf wanna try a gank. No, we have 2 TP, so we feel safe, but they have 2 TP as well. What's happened is that simply they win a 5v5. They have more damage overall. Okay. We should. I think this is a mistake. Also, if maybe someone can say, hey, now that you see that, you can say is a mistake. The point is, if we want to get better, we should play, of course, around enemy TP. So, if we know that our 5v5 is worse, and they have 2 TP as well as we have, we should not make these plays, okay? Or we should retreat or play it better, just this. Here you do something good, for example, you just trade tower, is okay. It's super okay, this stuff. But what I want to put the accent, the focus, is that place was absolutely a mistake in my opinion. It's not a mechanical mistake, it's not that someone should do something different. Maybe you could play it better. The point is you should avoid this situation. Okay, so remember in the future game, if you have an overall 5v5 that is worse, like in this case, don't play for 5v5. Okay, always pick or always in advantage. Okay. Okay, let's see here because but this was terrible. I think you know. But I think it's worth another look. We should just obey. Of course, I will tell you also if I think you know. If we should just wait and take the tower, not the kill. Okay, or wait for the. I mean, we will be. So now we also lose Ezreal if I remember well. Kali kill him. So we have a win-win situation and we lose. I don't know really what to say here. I mean, I think you already know. That should not happen again, okay? Okay, I stop now for a second. Not because I care about this particular situation. Just the fact we are minute 19. We still have to take first bot tower. And there is Baron spawning. Okay, now I tell you something that I think you know, but in my opinion is super, super important. Sion has TP, as well they have TP. They use TP, you all use TP before all together, so you know that all the TP are up now, okay. I think Sion here should just slow push. Kill 1 or 2 caster minion. Finish. Also if you have TP, it's better if he move up with you. Because what you want to do now is a clear vision here, push wave here, and take vision here. Okay, this is something you could do in 5, of course not in 4 with ATP, or in 3 with ATP. So if you slow push here, you can force minion wave here, as you know. This tower we can't see here now, but is pretty low, so can go down with a good slow push. Instead, Sion here just finished to clear an entire wave. This is a mistake, okay? Seems a stupid mistake, or I mean a little mistake, but in this situation is really important. Just kill 1 or 2 minion caster, then move top. Okay, toward top. Because we have to clear our jungle, we have to be feel of ward, push, find for a pick eventually with Lissandra, Olaf, Sion with his ult. Look if someone go clean down, and then invade, take vision in the enemy jungler. This is super important right now, at this minute, okay? Maybe this is the most important thing I'm gonna tell you today. Around minute 20, look how to get vision in this, clean vision here and have vision in this area, okay? Remember that if you lose the first tower bot, and they still have, the good part of it is that you can slow push effectively, okay? Even if you lose a second tower bot, you can slow push even more effectively, okay? So remember about that. Even if they lose the first tower, as you can slow push more effectively, okay? Because more minion wave gonna group up before reach the second tower. So it's really important around these minutes to start to think about slow push, okay? So whoever go clear wave have to think about, is here more important to me to take this farm and maybe go take the tower, or is more important for me to slow push and group up with my team, okay? Just this. Okay, wait, just go back a little bit. There is something I want to show you. There is Irelia bot, Lissandra is matching her because have TP, is okay. Here we make a good pick on Elise. Good, very good. We kill her. Okay, now we are in 4 versus 3. Okay, let's go a little bit ahead. Okay, someone have to take priority in mid. Ezreal is doing that. Now we see Akali, so we are 3 or 4 versus 2. Why we don't go take vision in their jungle? We have a ping here. We put a ward here. We need... Wait, I stopped. Allora, we have 1-2 ping with Ezreal, plus this ward of Ezreal that, vabbè, is important so. But the point is, I really wish to have the replay here instead of this recording. The point is we want more vision around this point, a kind of triangle of vision here, okay? It's really important. Pass to the take priority in mid, take this vision, and then move to top to Akali eventually. but it's not totally necessary, depends on how the stuff go on. We can also just retreat and go clean the wave, retake priority here. It's really important Lissandra stay here with Irelia, is okay. Someone that keep taking priority here, and someone that go take this farm. But what you miss here that is, in my opinion, very important, and you could do that, is take this triangle of vision. Okay, because another pick like that before, or a couple, and you can do Baron. But without vision, you can't really fight in the river or here. Okay. Okay, let's see this action. Here there is the TP of Lissandra. It's a good TP here, because you can make a pick on Irelia, on an out of position Irelia. You make this pick before they join. In 5v4 anyway, it's pretty hard, just because they have more damage. This is my fault actually for the composition, okay. It's hard to play just a pick composition without so few damage resources, okay. Anyway, somehow you pull it off. That's good. So that's good of, because of your mechanics, basically. It's just to put an accent on the fact that our teamfight is really weak, and we have to be able, with this kind of composition, if it will happen again in the future, to make more pick as possible before threat an objective. Like in this case, we're gonna do the Drake. All the game will be like this, if you remember. You make pick on pick on pick in order to take simple objective, because you can't really fight for them. Okay, here there is Irelia. Okay, here there is Irelia bot. You know that she don't have TP. Yeah, of course you do that. This is the time to Akali stop, you know, to engage in 4 in mid. You also have Sion TPs. Perfect. This is their mistake. They should recognize that they can win 5v5, but you will win. If they just do 1-3-1, they will lose. It's easy for you to pick them if they play on the side lane, and of course you're gonna win a 5v3. So this is totally their mistake, but why don't take advantage about it? Totally okay. I think here there is no more to see. You basically win the game here, so we can pass to the next game. Anyway, to make in the end, to make a statement, I think you should fight less in the early game. I know you want to put Olaf ahead somehow, and you can do just on bot. So play better around your TP and their TP. Set up a little bit better if it's possible. Maybe with Lissandra or with TP Sion, okay. Don't just throw Olaf into the middle of bot lane hoping that they don't come. It's too risky, okay. It's really too risky. You jeopardize your early game because of that. Okay. Second, recognize the output of damage you have. Very few. They have more damage overall. So play for pick. Basically, I have the feeling you understand that later, not immediately, while the game was starting, but while the game was getting played. Okay. Okay, we are at the second game. What can we realize just watching the team composition? Okay, they have Olaf into Gragas. This is my mistake. I really want to pick Gragas in the beginning of the game, so I should force an Olaf ban probably. I don't know, but okay, Olaf into Gragas is pretty strong. Okay. They still have a lot of late game damage and team fight with Vladimir, Akali, Saya. Okay. What we have instead? We have an early mid power spike with Kled versus Vladimir, with Gragas, with LeBlanc, with Caitlyn that is fucking good in taking objective and plate. Just this. So, what is our game plan here? What I thought, when I see the composition at the end, is to play for mid-bot. We should play for mid-bot. Put LeBlanc ahead for how is possible. Is doable against Akali. Also, LeBlanc should win. Is maybe a skill matchup, but LeBlanc have a little of advantage on Akali. On bot, we should just look for kind of dive. Just push them, and try to see if we can do something with Kled TP or LeBlanc roaming for how to say, for try to tilt enemy bot lane. What we want to okay, this is our early game plan, in my opinion, and while we transition to the mid game, we want to move Caitlyn on taking stuff, Herald, Tower, Dragon. Okay, the Caitlyn here, the point of the Caitlyn here is just to take objective. Caitlyn in a team composition is good as much as she able to make damage to tower and objective in general. Okay. We have a good, a kind of good 1-3-1. I call it a fake 1-3-1. It's a 1-3-1 that don't want to take objective, but want to take attention. LeBlanc is almost impossible to kill inside lane, but many times enemy try to do that and they waste a lot of time. So use these 1-3-1 kind of possibilities to be able to let Caitlyn take objective with her range, and use Gragas for his disengage with his ulti. We can also use LeBlanc and Gragas and Kled to make pick, to make engage. I really like this composition, honestly. On the other hand, we have a very late game focus composition by them, as I said. I get really scared about this Vladimir, honestly. Not because of this player in particular, but because of the champion. He's a champion that will not let us win 5-5 again, especially when he close Rabadon and Zhonya. He's impossible to kill, he have a lot of sustain and area damage, as you know. Even for Akali, can just insta-kill Caitlyn, or Morgana, or LeBlanc. No, but LeBlanc is more difficult, but even Gragas. Xayah, we know, is have a strong power spike in mid-late game. So we have a good composition, but we have to be very, very careful on how we play it. So, as I said, when I see the two composition, I imagine the early stage of the game to be on our advantage, totally on our advantage, in our control. And then, in the mid to late game, if we have to reach late game, but we can say in mid game, we have to use LeBlanc and Gragas and Kled to collapse on them, even diving, in order to set them apart with Gragas ulti, for example, and use LeBlanc to insta-kill someone of them that is out of position. It's not so easy. Depends on how much you communicate well, how much you're confident with the champion, and of course how much the early game, how the early game was. But on the paper, by the book, should be on your advantage. So it was totally doable. Now, like before, I'm gonna start the game and stop in the main part that I think are more important. Okay, I wanna stop here the game because in my opinion there was a little mistake on decision making. Here we have a priority for mid, we have priority in bot, Gragas is here. We know Olaf starts from top. We should know, so that Olaf now is in bot lane. In fact, Gragas is here, but let's see what's happened in few seconds. And then I explain why I think there is a mistake. I don't know what Gragas was looking for right now, but we know there is Olaf. Right now, we know there is Olaf. And okay, here Kled take a kill on Vladimir is okay. And we let Olaf make a double. Okay, I don't say LeBlanc should move, absolutely not. What I want to say is Gragas, no, he lose against Olaf 1v1. We know they have a good 3v3. Okay. We should just be just more careful. We give 2 kill to Olaf that we know is who don't want to feed early game, because I think we have a kind of disrespect, or maybe you have something in mind and you just mechanically do it poor. I don't know. I think okay, I just watched the game, I don't play it, but Gragas come here, give you vision of Olaf, okay, and you just decide to stay here when the 3v3 is not winnable by you. Okay, cut, sorry guys. So just this, try to think more about what is fightable and what is not. Okay. Here I feel we give Olaf 2 free kill. Okay, I stop here just for make a recap. What went wrong during the first 10 minutes? We take something and we gave back the double. This because we try too much to take more. For example, one time, probably Cla remember, take blue, and then instead of just go away with this win, he can just ulti away, for example. He force a fight that involve also mid laner and the jungler. But you already take something, the stuff you got to get, so just go away, you win. It's finished, okay. You make a good gank in mid lane, and then you force something in bot lane with Morgana with not so much life, and she die when she just should go back after the gank in mid lane and reset for the bot lane. Anyway, Caitlyn can clean wave and take his farm, okay, it's not a big deal. So I feel we give away 2-3 kill, considering also the first 2 to Olaf, like 5 kill for nothing, totally for nothing. Try to focus more and realize what you can get, what can you fight for, or just reset or play for farm or objective. Okay. Okay, I stop here because we reach minutes 11. They take the Drake. I think it's very important in this around minutes 8:30 to think if you want to swap lane or also just move top. Okay, that's depend. For example, if we have a losing bot lane, that is not this case. We can just decide to go top to avoid the 2v2 we are losing and just get some plate here. Okay. In this case, I think we should swap anyway. Considering that Kled still have TP, so we should just swap and try to. LeBlanc have constantly prio in mid. Now she don't have because you just fight for the Drake. But usually she have priority here, so just take control of this area. I make a too big circle here. I'm too ambitious. But just this area, just take prio, fuck me, take prio, maybe some plate, doesn't matter, here the point is the herald, okay. There is no Drake, we want to play for the herald. Yes, we have a win in bot lane, but we already lose a plate here, we didn't gain any plate here, this because of bad decision making, in my opinion. Not because the bot was playing bad. It's just we pick up fight we should not. So this bot lane is keep resetting or dying somehow. Okay. So because the stuff are like this, we should make Herald the new first objective. Okay, to recover the goal disadvantage as soon as possible. remember that we have a early mid strong composition. They have a strong late composition, and right now they're winning the early game. So we have to do something in order to reestablish our lead. Okay, is very important. Okay, I stop again. As you see, they have the losing bot lane. Also, if they are in gold advantage and their bot lane didn't went so bad, they recognize they have a losing bot lane because they win just because of your mistake and your decision making. So they decide to swap to take control of this area. We should not just answer these plays by them. We should just make these plays, in my opinion. Now that they make these plays, we can decide if we want to force bot lane tower, but we are not in position for do that. So in my opinion here is better to maybe take a plate, recall and match their swap here. Okay. I wanna stop here. We are forcing the Herald to take an head on the second tower. But I don't know if it's miscommunication or we just decide to do that. Olaf and Kled decide to move top. So we leave. We are leaving 2 people against 2 people in order for the Herald to give the head. 1 LeBlanc against 2 people that is keep dancing with them, and 2 people that are moving but doing nothing. Here you have to decide if you want all to move in top lane or all to stay in mid lane. Do that is just split, and it's just a bad decision making. Seriously, remember that for the future. You are not that strong right now. Actually, you are behind, a little bit behind. So play better, communicate better, take better decision. Now, what's happened here? I don't think a good stuff, if I remember well. Okay. Oh, okay, yeah, Morgana die. You force something top. Okay, probably you take a 1-for-1 anyway, I suppose. Yeah. But then Akali arrived, kill also Caitlyn. Yeah, this is... I'm also glad to die here. Okay, that's happened just because you decide to split. Make 1 place per time, not 3 in once, okay? That's too bad, don't have to happen again in my opinion, because this is a mistake. You did something good and again you give back the double to them. And this totally upon you. They didn't do something incredible. Okay. Okay, I wanna say, but I remember also from yesterday that we are approaching minutes 20 and we don't see any Morello and any Executioner. And they have Vladimir and Janna. Especially Vladimir. Morgana Ignite I don't think is enough. You decide to don't do that, you don't think about do that, or you think was not necessary. Okay, here you just did Drake. Now, as I say in the game before, but you know, I'm sure, you have to take to clear vision here and take vision here. You're not in advantage. Actually, you're equal. You can't know that in the game. Maybe you can feel, because teamfights are going well right now. The point is, Vladimir has finished Rabadon. He don't still have Zhonya. That's good, but his damage output, area damage output, is insane. So we should take vision, especially for make a pick. Not necessarily on Vladimir. It's really hard, especially when you finish Zhonya, to make a pick on Vladimir. Not because it's impossible, just because it takes forever to kill him. And this gives to the enemy team the time to TP, the time to arrive, just move there, okay. But you have to fight for the vision. I know vision seems not an objective, but it actually is. Okay, you are doing it, Sim. You should do it more consistently. Just as always, guys, this is a basic rule. Tell me if you don't agree, but just take prio, go ward. Clean vision here is easy, we can say. Is our jungle. We are not so much behind that we can't even go out from our base. So we can still clear vision here, then all together take priority, move into the jungle from top or from mid, depends on where we are, and take vision. Take vision in order to do ambush, in order to do the crab, if he's here, okay. But I'm speaking, but actually seems you're doing that without taking vision anyway. Just doing that. So you see, you don't have so much vision control here. Just one ward here and one here. I think miss one ward behind the wall here, where there is the blue, and one here. Wait. One here and one here. I know you can't put all the fucking word of the world, but if you communicate and if you play for vision, you can set up this vision without great problem, and then it's easier to make pick, okay? Very easier, instead of just hunt for pick. What I want to say is you should play with more discipline and more object focus on what you want to do in any stage of the game. Not really stage, in any moment of the game. Here, and now LeBlanc is also very fed, so there is just one place left that I want to see, as this the one you lose a team fight, but then Gragas steal the Baron. Okay, then you win, but just because that Baron steal was absolutely fuck. This is unlucky. Baron steal was the point there, and it's not granted that our jungler gonna steal Baron all the time. Okay. So I think I'm gonna move there, if I can find it. Okay, here we force Baron in 5v5, but as I say in the beginning of the game, our 5v5 with Vladimir, with Zonia and Rabadon is weaker. We must first search for a pick. So they take priority mid then, and then they go Baron, of course. Okay, what was our mistake here was that they forced the fight, so it's not totally completely our fault. So they forced us in a fight for the Baron, and luckily Gragas here can stall it. That's super good, absolutely super good. Anyway, the reason we lose that fight is that but we can't win it, and we can't put ourselves in a position where they can fight us. Here we are totally close if they engage us, and we don't have vision of them. Okay, so I don't have a real suggest here, honestly, but I feel is a lack of vision you keep for all the game in this area. You keep dancing here. Let me clean. You keep dancing here for all the for probably 5-6 minutes without be really and making a lot of pick, and never put vision here. This is a problem, guys, that we have to fix. I think when we are managing to set up a Baron, vision in their jungler is mandatory. We will never know which kind of stuff we're gonna face. How many of them, from where. We need it. Okay. We have to fix that, huh?